Leftist streamer Xanderhal covers FaZe Clan co-owner Nick Mercs for his transphobic take. Wow. Brave Xanderhal. Thank you, Xanderhal. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. 35 minutes about fucking Nick Mercs saying trans people aren't real. Jesus Christ.
I hope you're familiar with the god-awful gaming content creator named Nick Mercs.
The god-awful
This guy was really
gaming
big back when like Fortnite and COD Warzone were really big. He like blew up during that 2018 to 2020 era of Twitch, and since then has kind of been fizzling out. Like you can look at his numbers; they're high, sure, but they're way lower than they used to be. He's fallen off quite substantially. He was like a big part of like
fallen off after 2.4k videos though. You listen, dude, this guy's made his fucking money. He's FaZe Clan Dog, I don't think he cares about his numbers too much.
Ninja Sphere back in the day. And he's just sort of on a falling like trend. And naturally, as a lot of once famous people do these days, once like it's over for them pretty much and they can see the end of their online career in the horizon, they pivot to grifting to the right, which is what happened about a year ago now, when last Pride Month, anti-LGBT protesters attacked pro-LGBT demonstrators outside of Glendale, California.
Mate, the music is so fucking overbearing in this dog shit video.
California school board meeting, while the school board was voting on recognizing June as Pride Month. So here's the video of what happened. You can see like a bunch of anti-Pride homophobes come up and start assaulting people at the Pride protest.
Anti-Pride homophobes. Is that all it was?
You see people who have like the protect trans kids flags.
They were doing protect. Oh, okay.
So
Wait. Oh, okay. Protect trans kids. That's not going to be.
It's pretty obvious what's happening here. At the very least, it does seem like the police are stepping in. And then you've got the cops.
So what actually happened though? How did it start?
School board. You just see like a bunch of anti-Pride homophobes come up and start assaulting people at the Pride protest.
Did they just come up and start assaulting people? Do we know that?
People who have like the protect trans kids flags, and you can see the people.
So I just don't trust any. I would believe that, but I just don't trust any of Xanderhal's research. I've seen too many Xanderhal videos to take anything at face value whatsoever. You don't need context. He's king of lefty commentators. We clear a very different perspective on this, Dan.
Got their shirts on. And
they've been watching different Xanderhal channels.
At the very least, it does seem like the police are stepping in to defend them. I mean, I'm not really here to talk about this protest. You got, there's the people saying leave kids alone, leave our kids alone on the shirts. That's the anti-gay crowd, and then you've got the cops who are at least holding them back, and then you've got the protect trans kids. I'm telling you, the mushmouth is real. So yeah, that video comes out. I mean, you can see what happens, right? Like this guy with the protect or leave our kids alone shirt runs in and just starts like smacking people. Yeah, and then everyone else follows. It's pretty cut and dry. And it gets quote tweeted. Someone says, "This happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life." And it was an esports player that quote tweeted it, like, "Guys, what is going on in America? Why are you guys like fighting in the street over like allowing people to love who they want to love?" And then Nick Mercs replies, who is a member of FaZe, by the way. FaZe endorses this, in case you're wondering. The FaZe organization, which like, I mean, fuck FaZe anyway.
Oh
like, who the fuck cares about FaZe or likes FaZe? They should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. So he pretty much indicated about a year ago he was on board with the like gay people are groomers train. He got pretty hard ratioed by people, of course. It was pretty funny. But people defended him really hard, saying that nothing he said there was actually transphobic. He just said leave kids alone. What's wrong with leaving the kids alone? Well, this video went viral of him just a couple days later, or a year later, I should say, a couple days ago, I should say. And you've got the conservatives who are desperate to defend it because they fully agree with what he says. You've got his fans who are trying to whitewash it and make it seem more milquetoast, and you've got the people who are calling it out for what it is. But unfortunately, this guy is going to remain one of the biggest streamers on Twitch or Kick or wherever he is until his falling career finally piddles out, which it is, unless like I don't know, he gets picked up by a big conservative org or something. I don't know. I feel like at this point he's bound to get dropped by FaZe like any day, right? Like he can't stop doing hate speech. Well, let's watch.
Nick, the transphobe,
can't stop doing hate speech. Wow.
That's something that you created. So have fun with your little dreamland. But that's just not even real.
For those that know, Nick Mercs is famous for like not having his camera set up properly, so like you just see his forehead zoomed in the entire time.
They break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl, done. Come in here with that fucking Nick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give the obvious response. Trans people do in fact exist.
Hello?
Now, Nick Mercs is sort of the definition of like the gamer dude bro. There are many types of misogynistic kind of right-wing gamer, you know? You've got your traditional, like, sort of dweeby, right-wing grifter chud complains about, like, women in video games types, like Rums and the quartering and whatnot. You've got those people. But on the other end of the same coin, the other side of that same coin, you've got the dude bros. You know,
so is it a 35-minute video about this one clip? It is. He made 35 minutes out of this single clip.
Or Nick Mercs. It was Trainwrecks, who, while Trainwrecks is far from being a good person, he glows in comparison to Nick Mercs, who I believe is also literally friends with, like, Sneeko as well. Oh yeah, did you guys see? Oh, it's so good. Hold on, a little bit of a palate cleanse before we respond bit by bit to that dumbass thing here. Do you want to see Sneeko get his shit rocked? So the
God. I would love to see this happen to Xanderhal. I would love to see this happen to Xanderhal.
thing that lasted for 1 week, where I guess they have like a community thing for like coming off as more progressive, but that stopped being a thing entirely. Like they clearly don't have that anymore. Well, Twitch fucking blows because they just recently, as in like a day or two before that happened, unbanned Sneeko from Twitch just for no reason. They just randomly emailed Sneeko like, "Hey, guess what? You're unbanned now." Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is.
Because he's pro-Palestine. That's all they care about
Sneeko
now.
has been officially unbanned by Twitch as of June 11th, a week
Hating
ago.
the Jays.
And it's weird. They do this as soon as
Everyone
he
just
enters
wants
his,
to keep a
everyone
J-boy
bad
down.
that he doesn't like is a Jew arc. Like he's literally hanging out with Nick Fuentes and calling people Jews and shit. Like I'm not joking. Like he's full on he's gone full Nazi recently. Like it's a big recent thing that's been getting talked about. And in response to this, Twitch just unbans Sneeko. Just decides to unban him. Very interesting. Now, at first I thought that a relatively unique thing until I realized, wait a second, Twitch did another bizarre, weird policy change recently involving Destiny and Hassan. Now listen, I know pretty much none of you like Destiny. That's fine. Purge that from your mind for now. This has nothing to do with whether or not you like Destiny. This has to do with whether or not Twitch has some sort of fuckery bias going on in its moderation and rule development
Wow,
team, okay?
Xanderhal giving a balanced take. Crazy.
Changes rules for
That's that
Hassan.
DGG dog in him. He's still not
Right, watch this.
You know how it
Quick
goes.
Destiny clip.
You know how it goes. You know what
this
it
is pretty
do.
damning. When I remembered this. This was going viral on Reddit when this first happened a couple months ago, but this was Twitch in real time updating YouTube's or Twitch's TOS to benefit Hassan specifically in Destiny and Hassan's feud. Watch this.
This actually triggers me so much. This actually can't watch this. This actually.
Yo, looking for the raid, Chud. Welcome in, Chud Raiders. We might be moving over to Kick soon, so you may want to click the Kick link in the pinned message. We're just talking about that DGG dog and how once you've got that DGG dog knotted in you, and it's never coming out. How Xanderhal's knotted. Xanderhal's a very knotty streamer. I've got to stop the Zoophilia jokes. Thank you.
If Twitch has a policy where they don't want banned streamers being platformed on their website because they decided that I need to be permanently removed from the site, what they're saying is that the type of content that I provide is
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.45. Kiga moment.
Thank you for the $2, Cataflock.
not something that they want on their platform, which is fine. 100%, you're allowed to do that. You have every right to do that. But if you permabanned me and you've got that rule in place so that those people aren't being amplified, why are you displaying something that I was a huge part of, right? Why is this something that you're now allowing somebody else to display on your platform? I don't understand this. It's so triggering to me. Like either you want my content or you don't. I don't know how you can have.
So what he's pointing out here is that Twitch has ruthlessly upheld a rule that no matter what, you are not allowed to show content from someone who's banned off the platform. And despite this, seemingly with no worry about that rule, Hassan is just always
Okay, you guys are taking it too far. Red Rocket and Knotted, we yiffy with it. No more poor jobs.
reacted and responded to Destiny stuff without
We are
concern
doing
at all,
dangerous content,
without any
yes.
like issues either, despite Twitch being very ruthless with everyone else. So Destiny calls it out. Watch what happens a day later.
half of it unless you change the rules and say you can feature banned streamers. That's pretty irritating. Because the statement from Twitch should be that like this particular banned streamer is so toxic they don't want anything on his platform, but apparently you do. Apparently you do want this 5 or 6 hour video platform. It's very irritating.
And I want to be very clear about that. I have illegitimate means you condemn them. Illegitimate means they are not legitimate. I have a
Didn't they
problem.
ban Dylan?
No, not condemning my side.
They Twitch banned Dylan Burns for watching this very debate, by the way. Like, Hassan was fine. Dylan Burns got a Twitch ban for reacting to the same thing Hassan's watching on stream.
I have a problem with selective outrage, and I have a problem with selective condemnation. As I explained to you a few minutes ago, in my decades of appearing in public and being interviewed, I have never seen, I've never
condemn the Palestinians out against
More than any other region of the world. So why?
it's not even like the
He's skipping around and shit? I don't... Oh, bro, okay, this is fucking unbearable to watch.
It just
What
feels
else you
weird.
got to
Like,
say
not
about this?
bad, but it just feels weird is the best way to describe it. Like, it feels like you have a crowd of people begging and praying for you to be different, right? Like, I can't change that I'm cis, and yet I can tell that you guys beg and pray and plead with the universe for me to turn out to be trans, and that kind of makes me a little sad, I guess, because, like, you know, you guys desperately wish for me to be different, I guess. Like,
What? Sorry, what did I just hear? Oh, let's run that back.
yes, because I've been friends with people who are now out and trans, but for a year or more, it was like only between close friends were there like not dead name and correct like pronouns used. Shut up, egg. If you, like, really, like really, that's your response? Okay. Oh, are you a mod? Avalon of Babylon? Is that why I can't mute you? What the fuck? Why can't I mute you? I was gonna mute you for a day for that. That was like the most bizarre response to that point ever. I don't know. That said, as a trans lady, I could see how some normies would definitely be a little uncomfortable with people even joking.
Wait, does Mod call him an egg? Really? Shut up, egg. Oh my god. Dude. Dude. Oh.
That said, as a trans lady, I could see how some normies would definitely be a little uncomfortable with people even jokingly assuming they're secretly trans. Yeah, for one, if you're cis, it just feels weird. Like, not bad, but it just feels weird is the best way to describe it. Like, it feels like you have a crowd of people begging and praying for you to be different, right? Like, I can't change that I am cis, and yet I can tell that you guys beg and pray and plead with the universe for me to turn out to be trans. And that kind of makes me a little sad, I guess, because, like, you guys desperately wish for me to be different, I guess. Like, I know it sounds bizarre coming from a cis person, but, like, think about that for a moment. I imagine you can kind of imagine what it feels like, maybe. So it's weird for cis people. And then just as I described, it can be especially weird, I bet, for trans people. Like, if the person you describe as an egg actually is. Yeah, I can see that. I guess I can kind of splinter this off into a somewhat relevant topic. The trans community at large has some cultural trends and tendencies that are kind of, like, cringe and a little awful.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
You know? A big one is calling everybody an egg. Obviously, that's one. And another one is like,
what would you call that, Xanderhal? What would you call that when you desperately try to prepare a vulnerable person for engaging in some specific action that you want them to carry out?
You know,
what would you call that?
A big one is calling everybody an egg. Obviously, that's one. And another one is like more of just a tendency. You know how hormones, specifically for trans women, cause a second puberty? A lot of the time, this leads to, you've got like 18 to 25, sometimes even 30-year-old trans women taking hormone replacement therapy and going through a second puberty. And puberty makes you the worst. Come on, admit it. We were all the worst when going through puberty as teenagers. Just the worst human beings. Like, just the worst. Like, maybe not awful people, but compared to how we are now, just the worst. You could not...
I've read a lot about this, actually. I've read a lot about this, guys. Sorry, you may not be educated. Let's just go through this. 6 things everyone experiences when they go through second puberty. This is important, guys, okay? Second puberty is part of growing up. If it hasn't happened to you yet, don't worry, because it will. It can happen at any time, whether you're 30 years old or 80 years old. When the time comes, your body will begin changing in sickening and terrifying ways. Here are just a few things that everybody experiences when they go through second puberty. Additional body hair. The body hair is usually localized in one long, thick column of hair that grows out the middle of your forehead, like a limp unicorn horn. Second growth spurt. During the second growth spurt, your legs will grow longer and longer and longer. The rest of your body will not grow proportionally. You will look like you were surgically fused with a pair of stilts, and that's perfectly natural. Second growth spurt happens all at once and within a matter of seconds. That pirate software guy was saying this is an explanation on how his voice got deeper. Do you reckon he had the Mama Max surgery? A true deep voice. Your voice will drop 3 octaves whenever you say the word lips. The tomb of skin. This is important, guys, okay? You need to be prepared for this one. While going through second puberty, everyone will wake up one morning, completely engulfed in the tomb of skin, the body-shaped sack of skin that grows over you while you sleep. The tomb of skin has its own face, a screaming, wide-eyed face that grows on top of yours during the night, and repeatedly screams out the date on which you will die. It's recommended that you sleep with a penknife or box cutter while going through second puberty. So on the unforeseeable morning when you awake inside the tomb of skin, you'll be able to cut yourself out of it. Is this a Jewish thing? I thought so. Apparently it's a trans thing too.
Get along with your teenage self now if you're an adult and you're watching me. If you're a teenager now, you don't even know. Trust me, puberty makes you awful, and you literally don't think straight, right? But as an adult, a lot of trans people, particularly trans women, go through a second puberty, and I'm just gonna outright say it. It can make some trans women act like little critters, okay? It can make them a little
what do you
annoying,
mean? What do you mean by that, Xanderhal?
In the sort of like teenager kind of way, it makes a lot of trans people online who are full-grown adults act like teenagers. Have you noticed that? Well, just trans people in general, but at the internet, you know, like where it feels like 80% of the trans community are all like
severely mentally ill,
25-year-olds
autistic,
who act like 13-year-olds
because they've got autism,
and it's like, ooh,
almost like they've got autism.
That's
right?
not the best. That's not the best look. That's not the best cultural
Why,
look. You know
dude,
what I mean?
That's like that voice. That's like an act man type thing. Oh, dude. Oh, I can't with this guy. Dude, that's fucking gross. That's like an act man type attempt at comedy vocal inflection.
Percent of the trans community are all like 20 to 25-year-olds who act like 13-year-olds, and it's like, ooh, that's not the best. That's not the best look. That's not the best cultural look. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I'm a cis guy, and I'm just
That's so gross, man. God, he's such a fucking tryhard, uncharismatic freak. Holy shit.
hard-hitting criticizing the trans community right now, but you guys will have to bear it because I am trying to do some genuine commentary here, and I think that does kind of like make a lot of normies go ooh and become more receptive to dumb fuck ideas like what this guy is spewing. But let's dismantle more of what he has to say.
The thing is trans people.
There's no such thing as trans people. So this is the argument that fundamentally what the argument of the transphobes boils down to, that being trans isn't real. Just like back when they were rallying wholesale against gay people and bi people and lesbians, that it was not a real thing, that it was simply a choice made, a social choice, a lifestyle choice made consciously, and that, let's say if you're a transphobic parent who has a gay kid, that your gay kid is consciously choosing to A, be gay, and B, if they choose being gay over loving and being with their family and their church...
You should challenge Xanderhal to a boxing match sponsored by Progressive Victory. I would absolutely train for a boxing match against Xanderhal, 100%. That's like a fight where I feel like if we both trained, that's like on even ground, you know? We're starting from a similar position. I would 100% do that.
They are choosing to do this maliciously. And, like, there's an implication there that being gay means there's so much malicious, quote-unquote, choice being made that maybe they shouldn't even be regarded as a good person anymore. Which kind of goes against the love the sin, hate the... or love the sinner, hate the sin, like, logic. But, you know, when have Christians ever been consistent? And it's mostly Christians.
You wouldn't worry about catching AIDS.
Like, I'm pretty sure this guy probably has, like, a gold cross he wears or something. He seems like that kind of guy. And for the record, like, trans people are real. Every medical and social institution in the world recognizes them. Like, it's not like a controversial topic. Like, there's this sort of assumption, even by normies and even by some, like, more disconnected progressive people, that, like, the topic of gender dysphoria and trans people existing is somewhat, like, unsettled science or still debated within the academic sphere. It's been, like, quite long settled. Not as long settled as, like, gravity, by any means, or like the germ theory, but it's pretty well settled science, and it's been for a while.
Settled science. Why do people still say this? Even Sunday doesn't say this. I've pushed Sunday on this many times now, and he is pretty firm. He does not think it's settled science by any measure. Obviously, yeah, science is never settled, but the trans stuff is literally cutting edge. Like, this is some of the least researched, most new interventions and classifications of mental disorders and shit. It's such a bizarre thing to say.
Choose being gay over loving and being with their family and their church. They are choosing to do this maliciously. And, like, there's an implication there that being gay means there's so much malicious, quote-unquote, choice being made that maybe they shouldn't even be regarded as a good person anymore. Which kind of goes against the love the sin, hate the... or love the sinner, hate the sin, like, logic. But, you know, when have Christians ever been consistent? And it's mostly Christians. Not all, but, you know, mostly. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy probably has, like, a gold cross he wears or something.
Dude, this guy actually fucking blows.
And for the record, like, trans people are real. Every medical and social institution in the world recognizes them.
Oh
like,
my
It's
God.
not. It's not like a controversial.
What was that? Sorry, wait.
And for the record, like, trans people are real. Every medical and social institution in the world recognizes.
Every medical and social institution in the world recognizes them. I don't think that's true, Xanderhal. I don't think that's true at all. That's not even good. He's not even advocating for trans people well there. Like, with the rest of it, it's like, okay, he's telling, like, lies that are gonna... Or, like, not even lies, but he's just, like, doesn't care about the truth and will just fill in the gaps to support the trans narrative. But saying, oh, no, trans people are, like, totally accepted and recognized all over the world. Every social institution and health institution recognizes them. Well, that's just not true. There are many countries where even conservatives in a Western context would say, oh, that country's probably a bit too harsh to their trans people. That country probably needs to be a bit nicer to the trans people. They would probably even say that. So the idea that it's recognized by every health and social organization, that's insane. What a retarded, stupid thing to say from just every angle.
Them, like, it's not like a controversial topic. Like, there's this sort of assumption, even by normies and even by some, like, more disconnected progressive people, that, like, the topic of gender dysphoria and trans people existing is somewhat, like, unsettled science or still debated within the academic sphere. It's been, like, quite long settled. Not as long settled as, like, gravity by any means, or like the germ theory, but it's pretty well settled science, and it's been for a while. The topic of trans people existing and having rights is a politically charged culture war issue. The opinions that a lot of people in this country have on it are not guided by the science, but instead by what side they feel they're on. For better or for worse, a lot of it is tribalistic bandwagoning. And sometimes it's for better. Like on the left, a lot of people don't truly understand why trans people are valid. They just kind of accept it. And I think that's fine. It's not best for your advocates, I guess, when it comes to like arguing against transphobia, but it's good. But then on the other end of things, you've got people who are just jumping on the transphobia bandwagons because these arguments sound pretty much right to them. They aren't going to go research what all the medical institutions, I guess, across the board believe about trans people, gender, sex, and gender dysphoria, and how to treat it.
That's something that you created.
This logic is, like, basically a lot of chuds will argue nowadays that the wokeness started in, like, 2014 or 2015 or sometimes even 2016. Like, they'll forget, they don't even, many of these chuds don't even remember or know about Gamergate.
Oh my God.
And they believe this is like the first time what's happening online right now has happened.
It's Gamergate again, guys. Oh my God.
Is this Nick Mercs? Yes.
This
you can
is
tell
epic.
because that is his forehead.
Trump's going to tweet it. Let's go.
It's actually not Nick Mercs.
Put on the
it's his
suit.
forehead that we're criticizing right now.
So have fun with your little dreamland.
Man, this guy fucking blows at Souls games. Something you find is really common about these dude bro, like, brain rot dudes who, like, you can tell they only ever play Call of Duty and sports games, is that they fucking blow at any games that require actual skill, you know? Like, they might be passably okay at first-person shooters from playing them for, like, their entire lives, but you put them into, like, a Souls game, and they like, it's like...
I want to see his Souls gameplay. I want to see his Souls gameplay.
He didn't know how to climb because he wouldn't read the prompt on the screen. Like, who's seen that clip? Like, this is how people like Nick Mercs...
Wilderness, we find ourselves attempting to...
Okay? I do EAs in a game is one thing. Like, those little, like, things you can pick up in Dead Space that you gotta read for lore, that's one thing, but not reading the cut off their limbs the 5 times they tell you is a whole different question altogether. So if you're wondering, like, why this guy's got nearly 500 deaths...
Yeah, don't bring up the Minecraft run. Oh, no, wait, do I have that clip saved? Oh, man. Wait, where is that? I've got it on my channel somewhere. Where's Xanderhal's Minecraft run? Oh, fuck. Leave my throat.
Up with you or what? But like, make
Okay.
that claim. I'm not throwing my lot in
Classic.
quite there. No. But Flamenco, we have good guy Flamenco here as well. He tells people not to regret
I'll listen to my
We'll
voice.
just watch this real quick.
Any flamenco heads in the chat?
Flamenco's, Pedmenco's.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. That was 2, 3 hours.
Okay, here we go.
Any flamenco heads in the chat?
Flamenco's, Pedmenco's.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. That was 2, 3 hours of recording. I'm doing that off stream. I'm doing that series off stream. I can't do this on stream. I can't. It's so hot. It's so fucking hot. I can't fucking do it.
I stole my AC.
Oh my god, the timing. The fucking timing. Oh.
Okay,
Flamenco's oh. Why is he smirking?
Yeah, 3 hours of content I can't fucking upload.
Why?
Goblin mode.
So basically what happened is he was trying to do a Minecraft 100 days desert survival hardcore challenge, right? And
Let's go.
You will see it, but he died. And the issue is that, as he will explain, let's watch this.
Fucking retard.
I'm genuinely curious. I have no idea.
So basically, he explains it in a second, but the issue is, this is to spread leftism, by the way, because everything he does is to spread leftism. The issue is that his Minecraft 100 Days Desert Survival Hardcore series, it has to be 100 days survival in hardcore, apparently, in the title, work in the algorithm and get him lots of views. But the fact he's died here means it can't be 100 days.
I mean, that's just not true, but...
Why is he playing on hardcore then? If
Just listen to the explanation. It's just insane. Because I had the same thought. I was like, I don't know if...
Yeah, why not just put 100 days challenge?
Yeah,
and then be like, oop, I failed.
I can't do it live. It's going to be too long to record off stream. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Why can't you do it live?
Be less boring.
Haste. In the vape.
Angrily blows vape in the camera.
The vape.
This is being immortalized too.
Fuck pinged me. Who the fuck wants to get blocked? Who the fuck pinged me?
Fuck. He's so mad.
Eyes in Minecraft, smashes keyboard.
Are you winning, son?
Kill self. No dad.
Just
Was that
grunting.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, do not go into his stream whatsoever. Do not bother him. Do not bug him.
Say good guy Flamenco.
We
No
stay
brigading.
here and we laugh at him from here.
Aw,
Don't bother
supportive
him.
girlfriend. Shit, sad face, heart. It's okay. Don't they live together? Like,
Yeah, she's in the other room.
go in, bro.
Go give him a hug.
He's like
Make him feel
mad
better.
upset. Like,
Give him some
yeah, go give him a hug.
Yeah, my
got
ceiling.
his Minecraft.
Fall damage! What building?
Jeez Louise, it's a fucking game, dude. Holy shit.
We're not doing desert survival next time.
I didn't
Too much fucking bullshit.
ship out this
sand.
hard during
The amount of
Sekiro.
fucking grind in collecting that sand is fucking ridiculous. Next one's going to be a complete ocean world. All ocean.
Let's go, dude. Ocean survival, 100
50
days.
days maybe, or until you complete some task. No, the 100 days is like the fucking algorithm memer, okay? It's got to be 100 days hardcore in the title for it to
It has
do well
to be
in the
100
algorithm.
days. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
why can you not just...
You don't get it. It has to be 100 days. Minecraft Desert Survival. Otherwise it won't work in the algorithm. No, he can't just name it 100 days and fail it.
And is probably going to incur another 200 when he enters the swan dance portion of this fight. I haven't even played this game yet, by the way, and I know, like, Dark Souls 3 was the last Souls game I played in the series. I really want to wait until I can play Bloodborne somehow. on PC one day before I play Elden Ring, but I might have to give in and just play through Elden Ring, because I have been feeling the urge. I've been helping my buddy Ethan, well, not helping, but like reacting to my buddy, or watching my buddy Ethan's reaction to his first playthrough of Dark Souls 1 and being his lore guide. Like, I stop him at the statue and I'm like, yo, I can't tell you who that statue is of, but take a good long look at it.
Oh my... Oh, I'm cringing so bad. Oh.
You see that spear? I just want you to look at that spear and remember it. And just look at the statue in this location. Seems significant, huh? And, you know, when we get to Dark Souls 3 and we go against the Nameless King, I'll explain, yeah, that statue was of Gwyn's son, the nameless son of Gwyn. You are now fighting him. Like, that whole thing, like, that's the guide I'm being for him, the lore guide. And so, it's been fun. It's been fun, but I do want to play Elden Ring. Besides that, though, let's continue.
But that's just not even real.
It's not even
He's so fucking unbearable, dude. This is actually one of the worst people alive. Holy fuck.
Well, you guys made up trans people.
They break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl.
So, if we actually care about science, hey, Evie Gretel, if we actually care at all about science here, the actual scientific consensus on biological sex is that it is a bimodal distribution spectrum. On one end of it, you have masculine characteristics, and on the other, you have feminine. And the reason we break it down this way is because over time, we've come to accept that naturally, not due to any human intervention, mind you, but naturally, there are occurring outliers between male and female. There are many cases in which people are born, and they don't just have a penis and testicles, or a vagina and a uterus and, like, egg production and stuff. And I'm not talking about, like, quote-unquote defects where people, like, don't have the capability of bearing children or something. I'm talking about people who are used to be referred to as intersex, but because there's so many different varieties of intersex, we basically just refer to it with the most broad umbrella possible of differences in sexual development, because these can occur and bear themselves at any point in a person's life. I love the story of the guy who's just like a cis dude, that is to say, was like, has always been a guy his whole life since he was born.
Oh my god, I
don't
care,
that's
dude.
a guy. He was having some issues with his stomach, like some kind, I don't know, like constipation or something. And he went to the doctor and got an ultrasound so they could see what's going on in his guts. And they look at the ultrasound and they're like, sir, you have a uterus. And he's like, what? You know, like, this guy's got a dick and balls, and he always has, and he's always been a guy, and has a deep voice, and, you know, he's just a guy. And it turns out he's got a uterus inside of him. Just a full-on uterus, along with male reproductive system. And then in some cases, people have a penis and a vagina, and, like, all sorts of... There's so many different cases here. So the fact is that for science, to accurately describe the world in which we live, it had to, a long time ago, this wasn't a recent thing, adjust itself. The knowledge we have, science is just the body of knowledge that we have, and the procedures we go about confirming and validating its validity. We updated this knowledge a long time ago, this wasn't recent, to include people with differences in sexual development. And because of that, we don't break it down to penis, male, Kansas. I break it down to the most simple...
Everyone knows that he's being fucking reductive. Oh my
There's no
god.
arguments. It's just like drooling and pretending to be too dumb to or just being too dumb to understand that you're wrong, and being confidently dumb enough that people just kind of follow your confidence, I guess. Yeah, this is bro talking until people think you're right, I suppose.
He's being deliberately reductive to piss people like you off. I hate to tell you, dude. Well, actually, bimodal distribution... Shut the fuck up, retard.